Hi, I'm Chris from Heritage Learning. Behind me you can see a selection of the Bronze Age pots or beakers at Hull and East Riding Museum. They're over 4,000 years old. But why do you think Bronze Age Britons made these pots? Some good ideas. Yeah, the simple answer is to store things like food and drink, things like mead or porridge or ale. But we also find these pots in people's graves. Why do you think that is? Some good ideas. We believe it may have been to take food and drink to the afterlife, or as a symbolic item to show the status of the person being buried, a bit like a treasure. Pots didn't just have a function in Bronze Age Britain, they had a special status in their civilization. Indeed, later on, bodies were cremated and put in the pots themselves. How do you think these pots are made? We're going to have a go at making a small one ourselves. So let's get started. So, all you're going to need is a small lump of clay and a tool to create your decorations on the outside. I'm using this little plastic knife here. We're going to use the traditional coil method for making these pots. As in Bronze Age time, it would have been the women's job to make the pots in this method. I'm going to start off with our lump and we're going to break it roughly in two. Okay? I'm going to roll out the first bit into a ball. There we go. Once we've got a nice round ball, we can begin to press it down in the middle, and this is going to make our base for our pot. Okay, lift it up a little bit at the outside. That's going to be the base. Don't push too far through because you'll make the base too thin. Now, as I said, this is called the coil method of construction. What we're going to do with our second lump is we're going to roll it into a nice thin sausage. You want it about 1 centimetre thick. So we'll keep rolling that until it's nice and thick. It's quite useful to have a little pot of water in case your clay gets a bit dry. It's not essential though. Okay, next job, we're going to wrap the sausage around the outside of our pot like that. Perfect, and it's looking good. But if I left that right now, it would probably fall apart. So what I need to do is blend the clay together. Now you can do that with your thumb. Just, I don't know if you can see, just blending it on the outside, making sure it's all blended together. You can do it on the inside as well. Perfect. Now, once you've blended it nicely together, it's looking nice and smooth, we can start to think about decoration. And I'm going to use this pot from the Hull and East Riding Museum's collections, this beaker, as a little bit of inspiration for my design. I'm going to do a sort of zigzag design with my knife. I'm just gently pressing in. Don't press too far because it will go through the sides. But as I say, you can use your imagination for your design. Bronze Age pots generally had lines or spots. But why do you think the Bronze Age people decorated their pots? Yeah, we don't know what most of the decorations mean, but it does show the Bronze Age people had started to care about the visual appeal of their objects. They had the time to spend to decorate these pots. And there we go. Well, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.